name is Dr. Niharika. May I know your name and age, please?
My name is Bhavan. I'm 21 years old.
Do you have any chest pain or shortness of breath?
No.
Let's examine. Examination of the cardiovascular system. By standing right side of the patient, patient should be in the 30 degrees angle. Now I am inspecting the vessels of the neck. External jugular vein and internal jugular vein, which is deep inside of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Can you turn your head left? This is the right side of the neck. This is the external jugular vein. Inside internal jugular vein. This is a sternocleidomastoid muscle. Measuring the jugular venous pressure and the central venous pressure, we are taking the vertical ruler and a horizontal card, placing it on the sternal angle and align it with the vertical axis in the room, and placing the horizontal cord exactly right angle to the vertical scale, like a horizontal line, moving the horizontal cord up and down, which maintaining the horizontal position. Lower edge at the top of the jugular distension. Read the vertical distance of the ruler 1 and add 5 centimeters. The distance from the sternal angle to the right angle is called central venous pressure. Inspecting and palpate the carotid arteries by using index and middle fingers. By placing it on the right side of the right carotid artery and the left hand thumb on the carotid artery of the right side. Carotid pulsation may be seen medial to and higher than the base of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. It should not be done simultaneously. Inspecting and palpation of the cardiovascular system of the heart. Observing the heart. Finding the apex. If apex is not visible, asking for the patient to sit. Lean forward. Can you roll down to left side? Abnormal precordial pulsations. Note any lift or heaves. Palpable heart sounds using the index finger and the middle finger. At the base, aortic area, pulmonary area, and at the apex. Aortic area is A2, pulmonary area is P2, and the apex as the S3. Thrills. With palm over the valvular areas, against intercostal spaces parallel to the ribs. Feel for the thrills. Start over the aortic area, pulmonary area, and downwards to the left lower sternal border, and finally to the apex and the left mid-clavicular line. Thrills, location and timings. Systemic diastole, which is at the second left intercostal space. Parasternal lines. Auscultation of the precordium. Count the heart rate and the rhythm. which is usually 60 to 100 beats per minute. And the rhythm is regular. Identification of the heart sounds as S1 and S2. The first upstroke is called S1 and the second stroke is called S2. The intensity is burst heard at S1 at the apex as S1 and with the base as S2, and the distance between the two is S1 and S2 is shorter and S2 and S1 is longer. Note any splitting of S2. Place the diaphragm over the pulmonary wall area. Asking for the patient to take long deep breath at the end of inspiration. Can you please take long deep breath at the inspiration? And the splitting is normal or physiological. Listening for the extra heart sounds at the apex S3 and S4. Asking for the patient to sit or lean forward. Hold on to left side. Can you sit? Lean forward. Consultating for murmurs using the inching technique by using bell and diaphragm, starting over the aortic wall region and inch to the pulmonary wall region, lateral down to the tricuspid wall area, and then finally to the mitral wall area, and vice versa. If a murmur is heard over the mitral wall area, listening to the radiation stethoscope laterally and superiorly towards the mid-axillary line, posterior axillary line, and infrascapular area. Murmur, if it is heard at the aortic area, listen to the radiation of the carotid. Listen to the several respiratory titles.